Hey, welcome back. It's good to have you here. You know, I think we all have that one story that first hooked us on history. For me, it wasn't a battle or a king. It was a mystery. A story my grandfather told me one stormy Dhaka evening about a ship found sailing itself, perfectly intact, but completely empty. A ghost ship. It captured my imagination like nothing else. And that story, that very real mystery, is where we're going today. I'm Ibnul J. Farabi, and this is Echoes of the Ancients. This is episode 13, The Ghost Ship Mary Celeste, Abandoned at Sea. So, picture the Atlantic Ocean, December 5th, 1872. The Canadian brigantine Dei Gratia is about a week out of Gibraltar when her crew spots another ship, under partial sail, yawing strangely. They signal her. No response. They approach. Still nothing. Captain Morehouse of the Dei Gratia sends a boarding party over. And what they find, or more importantly, what they don't find, would become the stuff of enduring legend. The ship is the Mary Celeste. She's seaworthy, her hull sound. Her cargo, 1,701 barrels of industrial alcohol, largely undisturbed. There's a 6-month supply of food and water. The crew's personal belongings are still in their quarters, as if they'd just stepped out. There's no sign of a struggle, no violence. But there is no one on board. Not a soul. Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife Sarah, their 2-year-old daughter Sophia, and the 7 experienced crewmen are simply gone. Vanished. The ship's single lifeboat is missing. The last log entry is from 10 days prior, noting routine weather. It's as if they were plucked from the deck by some silent, invisible hand. Now, this is the image that popular culture has given us. The pristine derelict, the ultimate maritime ghost story. But to understand the mystery, we have to look past the myth and into the mundane, into the actual condition of the ship. Because the clues, I think, are in the details the sailors from the Dei Gratia recorded. The chronometer and sextant were missing, critical for navigation. The ship's papers were gone, except for the captain's logbook. Most tellingly, the forward cargo hatch was open, and when they inspected the cargo, some of the alcohol barrels were empty. Not damaged, but empty. And here's a key fact. This wasn't drinking alcohol. It was raw, undrinkable industrial alcohol. And one more thing. A long, thin cut was found along the railing, as if something had scraped against it, and there were what appeared to be faint bloodstains on the deck, though these were never conclusively proven. So we have a puzzle. A ship abandoned in a hurry, but not in panic. The crew took the navigational tools and the ship's papers. They planned to find land. They left behind their personal possessions and a perfectly good ship. Why? This is where we move into the realm of reasoned speculation, my favorite place to be. The most plausible theory, the one that holds the most water with historians and maritime experts, involves those barrels of alcohol. In the hold of a wooden ship, in the warmth of the Atlantic, alcohol fumes can build up. The Mary Celeste had just crossed a stormy patch. Perhaps a barrel had leaked, filling the hold with volatile vapor. Perhaps Captain Briggs, hearing a worrisome rumbling or smelling the fumes, feared an imminent, catastrophic explosion, the kind that would blow the ship apart. In a moment of decisive crisis, he would have given the only sane order, abandon ship. They would have launched the lifeboat, tying it to the Mary Celeste with a long line, intending to trail safely behind until the danger passed. But then, perhaps, the worst happened without the explosion. A sudden gust filled the Mary Celeste's sails. The ship, now lighter without her crew, surged forward. That line to the lifeboat snapped, maybe even causing that cut in the railing. And the Mary Celeste sailed away, leaving her captain, his family, and his men adrift in a small boat in the vast ocean. With the ship went their only real hope. The lifeboat, we must assume, did not survive. It's a heartbreakingly logical scenario. It explains the orderly abandonment, the open hatch for ventilation, the missing navigational tools. It turns a supernatural ghost story into a profound human tragedy, a single, cascading series of bad judgments and worse luck. But of course, the human mind loves a mystery more than a mundane explanation. And so, over the decades, the Mary Celeste has been a blank slate for our wildest imaginations. She's been a victim of sea monsters, of piracy, of mutiny. Arthur Conan Doyle, years before creating Sherlock Holmes, wrote a sensationalized short story featuring a derelict ship and a vengeful ex-slave, which further muddied the waters of fact. There's even a theory about the Bermuda Triangle, though the ship was found hundreds of miles from it. We want the story to be as empty and enigmatic as the ship itself. We resist the simple, tragic answer. And I get that. I really do. Sitting in my apartment here in New York, looking out at a city that always has an answer for everything. There's something compelling about a true story that resists a perfect ending. It reminds me of the old Bengali folk tales my grandmother would tell, stories that often ended with a question, not an answer, leaving you to ponder the nature of the world. The Mary Celeste is a historical question mark. It's a reminder that the past isn't always a neatly solved equation, even for an engineer like me. Sometimes, it's a collection of clues with the main characters forever missing from the scene. The ship's own end was far less mysterious. After being salvaged, she changed hands many times, her infamous reputation clinging to her like barnacles. She ended her days being deliberately wrecked on a Haitian reef in a failed insurance fraud scheme. A sad, cynical end for a vessel that had already witnessed one of the sea's great tragedies. So what are we left with? We're left with 10 people who stepped off the solid deck of their ship and into oblivion. We're left with Captain Briggs, who likely made a rational decision based on the terrifying information he had in that moment. We're left with Sarah and little Sophia, a reminder that history isn't just about sailors and soldiers, but about families caught in extraordinary circumstances. Their fate is a testament to the ocean's immense, indifferent power, and to the thin line between survival and catastrophe that our ancestors navigated every time they left sight of land. The Mary Celeste isn't a ghost story. It's a story of a very real, very human error in judgment, a cascade of small events leading to an irreversible decision. And in that, it's perhaps more haunting than any specter. It's the echo of a single, desperate choice made on a quiet sea that has reverberated for over a century. Thank you for listening to this journey into one of history's most enduring maritime mysteries. If this story resonated with you, I'd be so grateful if you'd share echoes of the ancients with a friend who loves a good tale. For more episodes like this, make sure you're subscribed wherever you get your podcasts. This has been me, Ibnul J. Farabi. Our show is produced by Light Knot Studios. You can find more of our work and support independent storytelling by visiting lightknotstudios.com. Until next time, keep listening for the echoes.